So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and finally I have a Montero back on my channel. I did walk around review of the Rally Art 4x2 already, but I've yet to drive one of these. This is what I am been always asking on my channel. So I would like to thank again Julian Dumpit for making this review possible. I also reviewed this Lancer EX GLX. Link of that will be in the description down below. So what I have here today is a 2017 Mitsubishi Montero Sport 2.4 GLS 4x2 automatic. Name a better duo with Mitsubishi GLS variants and I. So being a 2017 model, for me, in my opinion, the design aged very well. These are one of the most common Mitsubishis out there, and as well, the Montero is one of the most popular nameplates in our country. To the point I can even review this at Mitsubishi Auto Hub, where I always review Mitsubishis. That's how popular these guys are until today. So being a 2017 model, you still have a lot of chrome here. Like most of the Monteros nowadays, I don't mind it. Ground clearance as well is 220 millimeters. So being a GLS variant, you have halogen lights all around and halogen fog lamps right here below. And what I like with the 2017 model and until the present Montero Sports, that this still incorporates the dynamic shield design. So I found this really hilarious too, being a middle trim Montero Sport. So you don't have repeaters here on the side mirrors. The repeaters are here on the body itself, which I find, being honest, a little bit weird. So as well, you have 18-inch wheels all around and disc brakes too. And surprisingly, being a GLS variant, you still have side steps over here. So being the 2017 model, there are a few differences that have been omitted to the 2018 model. So I'll get to that later on. So pairing this 2017 Mitsubishi Montero Sport, it's a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine that produces 178 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque. And like all Monteros, this one is mated to a 8-speed automatic transmission or a manual transmission. But what I'm excited about is this 8-speed automatic transmission. So as you all know, I've driven Strada 4x2s that all have 6-speed automatic transmissions. So on the side profile itself, being a Montero, there's a lot of chrome here and there. Yet again, I like this part with these wedges here on the side step itself. So here now at the rear of the Mitsubishi Montero Sport, so being a 2017 model, so what's been omitted to the 2018 model are these guys: the chrome exhaust finisher and the spare tire cover. So that's been removed to the 2018 model because of the excise tax law under train law thingy. So at least this is how you can tell between a 2017 and 2018 models. So the biggest talking point of a Montero Sport are these crying taillights. It never bugged me in the first place, or us, my dad and I, because we were considering this against our Stradas, by the way. But I want to see if we made the right choice of going to our Stradas instead of getting this Montero Sport. Being honest, my dad and I, if we got this instead of the Stradas, we would have covered this. But in the end, I would have removed it because I really don't mind the design of this. This is what made it popular in the first place. To the point this car is so popular, Kakatirona of Auto.com.ph owns one himself, a GT model. So hopefully I can get that soon. Anyway, back to this GLS 4x2 model. You notice something to the eagle eye viewers out there. Why does this have a spoiler? So actually, this belongs to a GLS premium variant, but you can option it on this regular GLS for some reason. As well, being a GLS model, you have 4 parking sensors all around and a silver trim here on the bumper. So like with my nitpick with the Strada 4x2s, I wish there were front parking sensors too, instead of stacking it here all in the back. So being a GLS Montero variant 2, this does not have an electronic tailgate, but I don't mind it. It's kind of heavy too, but not too bad against the competition. Notice the load lip is really high. Wait, here's a demo. It's in kit. Getting stuff in and out might be a little bit difficult. It's easy, but you have to watch out for this in case you're carrying heavier items. Another common thing with Mitsubishi Montero Sport, so folding down the third row is a little bit of a faff. So you have to tumble the bottom cushion seat first, then you can finally fold the rear seat. So yeah, what you saw there was as well from the 2023 Mitsubishi Rally Art 4x2. Yeah. So that's what carried over until today. So with all of the seats up, you have approximately 200 liters. So if you fold the third row down, you have a total of 1,050 liters. And if you finally fold all of the seats down, the second row tumbles, by the way, you have now a total of 1,488 liters, which is not too bad in its class, but at least it's more than a Toyota Fortuner LTD for comparison. So underneath, you have a storage here with your hidden plates, and there's access point to the spare tire underneath here. So summary of the design of this 2017 up to 2019, I guess until now, of this Mitsubishi Montero Sport is the design of it aged really well. But what's not aged really well is that we go to the interior. So this is the interior of the 2017 Mitsubishi Montero Sport. Okay, sounds like your usual Strada and Montero, the current ones too. So here on the left side, you have your side mirror adjustments, engine start stop button, then below that 2 blank button, and then for your parking sensor button. So as well, being a GLS, oh, there's tilt and telescopic. Alright, kudos. And then, first thing I immediately noticed with this Montero Sport, the paddle shifters. Ah, yes. So, comparing with the 2023 Rally Art Black Series, I'm only comparing to that because that's the only Montero I've ever featured on my channel. So here in the 2017 model, and I assume 2018 model too, you have an analog speedometer, analog tachometer with a multi-information LCD display right in the middle. It's very similar to that of the Mitsubishi Expanders, the pre-facelift models. Here you have an infotainment system. There's a lot more stuff you can do here. You can see your tire pressure monitoring system and your compass along with your altitude and battery voltmeter, which is cool. So like our Strada GLS Sport V manual 4x4, there is navigation here, but there is no Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but there's Bluetooth mirror link. So the maps for me here is good enough. That's all I have to say. It is good enough for me. So below the infotainment system, you have your air conditioning controls, and then further down below, 2 blanks, hazard button, your safety reminders right here on the right side. In front of the gear lever, you have more blanks here, aux cord with USB port, 12-volt socket, and for your rear air conditioning system, the controls are right above there too, in the ceiling. So yeah, pretty straightforward interior. It's kind of like my Jam 2. So here in the center console, there's silver trim along with gloss black. And surprisingly, for a middle variant, you have an electronic parking brake. I was expecting a manual type, but it's fine. Then you have 2 cup holders here, surrounded in chrome. Fits my water jug perfectly. And then here in the door card, a lot of plastic, silver trim here, and along with your window switches here. And then you have fabric here for your elbows, pretty soft enough. And then you have cubby spaces, bottle holders on each side, fits bottles perfectly, and this small water jug as well. And on the steering wheel, on the left side, you have your infotainment functions and volume controls, and on the right side, you have cruise control functions, and below that, you have for adjustments of the LCD display right there in the middle. And then glove box. Okay, that's really good. And then notice these seats are leather, but it's just a wrap. So the GLS only comes in fabric seats, as you can see in this shot. So with the addition of the leather seats, it feels more comfortable than the fabric. I have experience too with our base GL Strada 4x4. The fabric seats of those are a little bit hard, but still it's very comfortable enough. So here's center console box. There's a storage tray here. Remove that. You have more space down below. And then above here, you have your light controls, sunglasses holder, and then visors. You have a vanity mirror, but no light, but that's fine. Don't extend, like all Mitsubishis. I covered that way too fast. I mean, it's a GLS middle trim, so everything's pretty much straightforward. I don't mind that at all. So with that, I'll show you the second row. So here now in the second row, sounds a bit better than the ones at front. Same case like what I said with the Black Series Rally Art. So, surprisingly space here in the back. Feet room, knee room, extend headroom. It's not bad for me, but I expected a little bit more. I'm 5'4" by the way. Maybe it's just I've driven a lot of the current PPVs and they have more space than this. But yet again, not too bad as you can see. So like what I said in front, your air conditioning controls for the second and third row are above here, along with halogen lights. And then you have air conditioning vents over here and more here on the third row. And then you have a third seat belt here for the middle passenger here. So if I sit here now in the middle, okay, transmission tunnel is narrow. You can simply put your feet up, but actually it's really narrow. You don't have to put your feet up. That's how spacious it is. So you can tell the transmission is really big. I mean, it doesn't eat up much here in the cabin. However, the floor is a bit higher than usual compared with most PPVs, so there's a little bit lack of thigh support. But knowing this had extra cover here with the leather over the fabric seats, it kind of makes up for it at least. And then here you have a central armrest, but I won't be able to demo it because it's covered with the seat covers itself. And not much to talk about here. So same door cards like in front. You have the fabric cushion here for your elbows. You have smaller curb spaces now, and bottle holders still fit water bottles and my water jug perfectly. And then 2 map pockets behind both front seats. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like my complaint with the third row, yeah, the space there is good enough for small adults like me. The featroom is not great, but the kneeroom is really good. And as you can see, my headroom just enough. So that third row will be perfect for short trips. And like my case with all Montero Sports, yeah, the third row is really annoying. It's one of the most complicated mechanisms I've experienced so far in a PPV. But it's no turn off for me, because where it makes up for it is that when we go for a drive. So finally driving a Montero Sport with the 8-speed automatic. So there's no driving modes, just floor it. Alright, that's not too bad at all. Okay, first thing out of the bat, I feel so at home with this Montero Sport. It feels like more or less like the Stradas, because this is literally an SUV version of the Strada. And first thing I immediately noticed going off the car park, the staying is a little bit heavier than usual. I mean, it's not like the 4x4, I can tell, but it's a bit heavier than the 4x2 Stradas for some reason. Maybe, of course, this is a PPV compared to that of a pickup truck. And the pickup of it, compared with our Stradas, the manuals, this one picks up a little bit better, this 8-speed automatic. There's not like where I told you guys, I drive like Ayrton Senna, so you tap on the throttle to keep the spool up to have better throttle response. This one, I just floored it straight away. It picks up really well, like here. Oh, look at that. There's not much throttle delay or turbo lag. That's what's really good about Monteros. So I understand now why these were popular in the first place. Oh, here, just floor it. Then picks up immediately. Wow. Yeah, and like all Mitsubishi Stradas, and probably the Montero too, since mostly the same, it's really torquey. I mean, get pushed back a little bit in your seat, and I have no words for this engine and transmission combo. I feel so at home. I know this is the first time I've driven an 8-speed automatic, but plenty good enough. And of course, being an 8-speed, it tends to gear out ever so slightly compared with the Strada GLS 4x2 6-speed automatic. So I'm a bit weirded out to why the Stradas don't get this transmission, the 8-speeds. And then here in EDSA, traveling at 50 kilometers per hour. This is why Montero Sports were as well very popular until even today. I know everything's dated here and there. There's need much of a facelift, upgrade, next gen, whatever. Because of its comfort. I'm ready here in the tough, rough part of EDSA. Look at that. I mean, there's bounce here and there, but it soaks them up pretty well. It's a very soft suspension compared with some of the PPVs. For example, like the likes of a Fortuner. Yeah, this one's way comfortable than what I've driven, the Fortuner LTD 4x2. This is way more comfortable than that. And speaking of Montero Sport, here's a second gen or first gen Montero Sport. I've driven that as well, the old one, with a 3.2 liter engine and a 5-speed automatic. Ride, more or less, this one's a little bit better, and performance wise, of course, this is way better. I'm actually very happy now that I've driven one of these, because a lot of you guys asked for a Montero Sport driving impressions. I can go as far as only as walk-arounds, because none of the dealers, legit, every dealership, not just BGC, Quezon Ave, name it, Gateway as well, they don't have demo units whatsoever, because even the demo units themselves get sold out. That's how popular these things are. Right, manual mode, paddle shift mode. Okay, a little bit of a delay, but your usual automatic transmission, it's not too bad. So let's go from a standstill. Okay, same characteristics like with the Stradas and Mitsubishi automatic transmissions. It will not automatically upshift, and there's a little bit of a delay when you shift up and down. So there's like a 1 second delay. I'll change now. Yep, almost a second delay. But then again, I'm so used with the ecosystem of Mitsubishi diesel engines and this kind of transmission. I don't mind it at all. And it will do that sound if it refuses to shift down. There. Right, so put it back in automatic. And body lean, yeah, there is. It's your usual PPV. Like, example, comparing with a Fortuner. I won't compare it that much with the... Oh, wait, I've driven the old Everest, the one with the 2.2 liter engine. I won't compare it with the new ones because that's a whole nother league already. Right, with the old one, of course, that one, it's a Ford. It's better in every aspect, driving dynamics, so on and so forth, the ride as well. But I gotta say, the ride comfort of this is as close as the previous Ford Everest. So let's put it for 2020 Ford Everest. This is almost as good as that. But yet again, like my case with Mitsubishi Stradas, in this class of PPV, the Monteros or Mitsubishis in general are the best balance of all the competitors. It's not the fastest, but it's not the slowest, but it's not the most comfortable, but it's not the most stiffest in ride. So driving the Montero Sport a little bit more, okay, this 8-speed is not as intrusive or laggy as I say the Ford 10-speed. Not the current ones like in the new Ranger Wildtrak and the Everest Titanium. Well, I can't say much, but judging from the reviews, that it's a little bit laggy and sluggish. But this one, once it gets going, it gets going. This is what I like to with Mitsubishis. They know how to cater as well, not just to the family man, but they know how to cater to with the enthusiasts. Mitsubishis have been perfect with driving dynamics every time. I mean, I know I want a Mirage, but for some reason I enjoy driving that. So same with this one too. So with Julian's experience as well with this Montero Sport, his daily, one of his dailies too. Of course, it's been reliable. As you can see in the odometer, it's already past 46,000 kilometers, 669 already. Nice. So with my driving alone here, I've been doing 8 kilometers per liter. Not too bad. But you all know me, I'm a spirited kind of driver. So with this experience, in city driving, you can get as much as 12 kilometers per liter, and then mixed driving 13 to 14 kilometers per liter, and then finally at highway speeds you can get as much as 15 kilometers per liter. So more or less, again, like in smack middle of the entire PPV competition. But this 8 kilometers per liter with my kind of driving, almost exactly the same with all of the competitors too. And the steering feel of this too, I know it's a little bit heavier than like I said with the Strada 4x2s, but maneuverability is not too bad too. I mean, I'm used to trucks already, and surprisingly visibility is excellent too. As you can see, the corner window on the D pillar is excellent. I know the D pillar is really big, but it's still better than most of its competition. You know what I'm gonna do here now? Here is that famous bump I do. Ah, wow, soaks the knob pretty well. Not much suspension to do, and the NVH of it as well, yet again, right smack in the middle of its competition. And driving it a bit more, I'll say that again, I noticed something immediately compared with the Strada. The brakes of it. Excuse me. This is surprisingly so fun today. Hey, let's calm down. So, going back to the brakes, I immediately noticed the brake feel of this is really good. So against the competition like 2017 Fortuner, 2020 Ford Everest, okay, let's keep it at that. I gotta say this has one of the best brake feels out there, along with the Everest trend, because I just remember these are on disc brakes. So I was wondering why this brake feel was so good. That's what I like with the middle variant too, compared with the Strada's drum brakes. This one's disc brakes all around, excellent. So the thing I wanted to ask myself almost 2 years now, do I regret my decision not taking a Montero Sport over a Strada? Surprisingly not. I just found driving the Strada a little bit more enthusiastically. Maybe because of a manual transmission. But I gotta say, the 8-speed of this, I will prefer it over the automatic Stradas. But there's something I really like about Stradas, you all know me. But finally, having driven a Montero with this engine and transmission combo, this one's a very good shout. I understand now why these are so popular until now. So this is gonna be a hard task for Mitsubishi when they come with a, I don't know, facelift, next generation along with the Stradas. It has a mammoth task of being better than this. Right, as well, like the automatic Stradas, to disengage manual mode, press this one for 3 seconds. To go back to automatic. To engage manual mode, just simply press up or down. It will engage manual mode immediately. I'll put you off. So, what else to say? So happy now I've driven a Montero Sport. Now let's try if someone out there has a manual. That's what I'm very curious about now. So that concludes my review of this 2017 Mitsubishi Montero Sport GLS 4x2. So I'd like to thank again Julian Dampit for making this review possible. Follow me on Instagram and watch our review together of the Lancer EX GLX as well. That's his ultimate daily car too. So there will be as well future car reviews coming more from Julian Dampit. Thank you again to Julian for making this review possible. I finally got a Montero Sport on my channel. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more Mitsubishi reviews and more car reviews coming soon. Bye bye.